Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I was over on Phyllis Stokes' channel the other day, and I noticed where her son had kind of reinvented one of her recipes, and I thought, well, I think I'll go back and look at her original recipe. And I did that, so I'm going to be making that today. And she called it super tender cube steaks. Now, I could not find the cube steaks that she had. This is what was on the package. Let me see. Chuck tender steak, butcher shop beef chuck. And this was $3.34 for 3 of the steaks, and I'll show them to you. They're beautiful, and they look so fresh and delicious. So I bought 2 packs, and I went ahead and put just a tiny bit of salt, because we're going to be cooking these in teriyaki sauce, and it is high in sodium. But I did put a lot of pepper. So now what Phyllis did, she just coated them in a lot of flour. So I'm going to do that. I have some olive oil heating up. But these are going to be baked in the oven. They're not going to be cooked on top of the stove. And she said it really does make a big difference, that they just don't come out tender if they're cooked on top of the stove. For some reason, the baking in the oven causes them to be super tender. So let's go ahead and get these started. I'm probably going to get flour all over my black maternity top. Oh, Lordy, y'all. I went back to Savers the other day. I wanted to just look around for maybe another top. There was a long line out front. And I think the store was open. They must have been limiting the number of people who could enter the store at one time. And it was about 27 degrees, so there's no way I was going to stand out there in that cold just to go look for a top. It's not worth it to me. Phyllis used a big Dutch oven, and she was able to get 3 or 4 of her steaks on the bottom of it to brown it all at one time, but we'll just do it gradually. Now I am going to bake it in the oven in my orange crock. I have set this right on the burner before and browned in it, but I get very nervous doing that because of the type of material that it's made out of. The clay pot, I'm just afraid it's going to burst, and I don't want to take that chance. So we're going to go ahead and brown these, and then to the pot we'll be adding some carrots. I went ahead and chopped and diced everything yesterday and got it ready so that y'all won't have to wait for me to do that. It just makes the video way too long. Now Phyllis just took like a medium-sized whole onion, 2 whole onions, and just set it down in the pot. But what I want to do is go ahead and brown my onions in the grease, and because I like them kind of wilted and browned and not just baked in the oven. So I have tweaked her recipe just a little bit. So everybody is having a good day, a good week. I just wish health and happiness for everybody out there. I have gotten some emails. There have been a couple of deaths and relatives of people in our YouTube family, and they have asked for prayer and to remain anonymous, so I won't be mentioning their names. But one of our real sweet subscribers, his grandmother just passed away. She was suffering from dementia, and then she got the COVID, in her 90s. I don't remember the exact, what he said that her exact age was, but his grandma grew up in Mississippi, so he has taken a liking to me, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate that. And I have been praying for you and your family and your grandma. It's a shame that at that age that to live to be that long and then get with COVID and die from it. It's just a shame. Phyllis did put a little extra flour on hers, because the more flour you have, the more gravy it's going to make. So let me do that also. We just want to brown these up real well. And I will get them over there in the pot and mix up that teriyaki sauce with the water and get these started cooking. And this will be my dinner tonight. And Gosh, there's 6 of them, so it'll be 6 meals. I'm gonna have to run over to Dollar Tree and buy some more of their, I think it's called Betty Crocker, those little storage containers. I like the, they're all in my freezer now, but the rectangle shaped ones, they're not very deep, but they fit well in my freezer and I can stack a lot. They don't take up a lot of room. Y'all know I have been doing a lot of cooking and freezing a lot of meals, so I'll run over to Dollar Tree later today and make sure I have enough of those containers to freeze me up some meals. And if I run out of freezer space, Jill has a deep freeze. I can take some over there, which will be good for me to have because I'm there babysitting during the week, and all this food that I'm cooking up will be great lunch for me. So let's go ahead and start transferring these over to the dish. And we'll get 2 more in here. Okay, so I have finished browning the last of the steaks. Let's go ahead and get them in my Dutch oven. Now what I'm going to do a little bit differently than Phyllis, like I said, she put 2 whole onions in hers, but I like my onions to be very tender, and since this is only baking in the oven for an hour, I'm just going to go ahead and brown them a little bit in this flour. And I could even add a little bit more flour, and it'll make the gravy even thicker. Red potatoes that I've just kind of quartered here. Do y'all cut the eyes out of your potatoes, the little, what we used to call new potatoes? I notice in the grocery store now they call them baby potatoes and they charge a lot of money for them. But these were just called red potatoes, so they weren't that expensive. But those little tiny ones, you know, we used to grow them. And Mama would sit there with the knife and take the tip of the knife and she would go down in there and just circle around and cut all those eyes out of it. I don't know, maybe they thought if you ate the eye, you would sprout a potato in your gut or something. But I'm not going to do that. There's probably 20 eyes in each potato. Lord, y'all, I'd be here all day cutting the eyes out. So I'm just going to go ahead and let these wilt a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to add, Phyllis said she added about, I think 4 or 5 tablespoons of teriyaki sauce. Let me see if I can find my tablespoon. Oh, it's thick. I didn't realize it was so thick. 1, 2, 3. So this is 1 cup of water, and we're going to pour it over the steaks here in the little Dutch oven. Just stir it all together there. And then we're going to measure out 3/4 of a cup, and then add 2 more tablespoons of teriyaki sauce. So it'll be 1 3/4 cup water and 5 tablespoons teriyaki sauce. Sure be good with some mashed potatoes, but I have cooked so many potatoes lately, and all these recipes I've been doing for YouTube, I don't think I want to mash any today. I may change my mind, don't know. But I just bought the Kikkoman low sodium teriyaki. It's half the amount of sodium as the regular teriyaki. So let me go ahead and throw my onions in and my vegetables, and then this will be ready to go in the oven. Get all that good old roux in there. I'll give it a good stir after I get everything in it. Can y'all see it? And my carrots. I think this was 3 large carrots. Okay. I think I will put a little salt and pepper on it. Especially pepper. Let's see. She didn't put any other spices in it. I guess the teriyaki sauce has enough spice in it. Oop, almost got my lace maternity top on in the teriyaki and water. Okay, so we're just gonna, ooh, this is filling my pot up, y'all. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Get my onions and all that good old flour stirred up in there. I will link Phyllis's recipe in the description below so y'all can go over there and see. The original and the best. She's one of the best on YouTube, so definitely want to give her credit for it. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like before, and I'll be back in 1 hour. We're going to cook it at 350 degrees for an hour, and I'll be back. Okay, so the timer went off. I actually ended up cooking Phyllis Stokes super tender cube steaks an hour and a half. They just weren't ready. It could have been the pot that I used, that thick, heavy clay pot. So let me go ahead and take these cube steaks out of the oven. Y'all, my apartment smells so good. Oh, y'all, wouldn't it have been an honor to be able to sit down and eat a meal with Miss Phyllis Stokes? That would have been such an honor. Okay, so let's have a peek. Oh, look at it. Bubbling up there and looking so scrumptious and delicious. Everything is nice and tender. I even got me a little pot of rice going there. I am going to eat it over rice. So let's take these steaks out and just see how tender they really are. So here we go. Let me put you up here. Any kind of beef is delicious, but it's so expensive nowadays. I mean, I did pick up a roast the other day, so I will be cooking it. They were on sale, choke roast for $3.99 a pound, I think. I got a beautiful choke roast for $11. It's big too, so it's gonna go a long ways. I'll stretch it as far as I can. These are so good in that teriyaki sauce. I would have never thought to cook these little steaks in teriyaki sauce. It's really good, y'all. That teriyaki sauce really sweetened up that carrot. And I know the gravy that it made is going to be delicious over this rice. I just wish it was jasmine rice. I put it on my list because I do love the jasmine rice. These potatoes are so tender and creamy. Definitely a keeper. So I hope you will try this recipe. And like I said, if you want to follow Phyllis's recipe verbatim, it will be in the description below. So y'all please give me a thumbs up and share my videos. And y'all just keep on coming back. Bye guys.